Sure, of course.
Okay, so now how many weeks pregnant are you with your second child?
I'm 21 weeks pregnant.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And so you said that you're planning free birth and unassisted birth. And I can totally understand, why you want to do that, especially within the context of the highly medicalized system
Mm.
that is there. So your option is basically to take matters into your own hands and
Yes.
trust your own instincts and do what you feel is best.
Mm.
So tell me more about what you're looking forward to with this birth.
Well, I think that mm, I have to say that what I'm most looking forward to is, well, obviously holding my baby, right? It's like the uh, the um the the ultimate goal, so to speak, or obviously the purpose of it all. But I think that
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
understanding.
One. All right, go ahead.
Well, I think that what I'm obviously most looking forward to is holding my baby, right? Like that's the ultimate objective of getting pregnant, I suppose. um, but understanding the changes that one goes through as
Mhm.
well through the actual labor, like that rite of passage, that sort of um, before and after. I feel like with my first child, I was robbed of the process of becoming a mother.
Mm,
I didn't become a mother. I sort of was shoved into motherhood.
mm,
It feels like it wasn't, and it was perfect in the end. Everything happens for a reason, I believe, and there was a lesson behind it.
yeah.
But I think that there is something that I'm really looking forward to experiencing, and it's that unfolding, that natural unfolding of this evolution into this new me and stepping into these new shoes and um, really embodying the mother archetype, if you will, sort of, and why not facing the fear and overcoming the fear every time that I have been faced with a decision that it was hard, like, being in a foreign country,
Mhm.
deciding to leave my then partner and
Yeah,
be alone with a 2-year old.
yeah.
It was scary, but in the end, it was scary, but I wasn't afraid. It didn't
Mhm.
paralyze me. And I think that that taught me a lot about myself. And
Yeah.
I think that facing that experience and going through that process, and also with my husband, who is like this amazing man who's really supportive, and getting to see who he becomes as well as me, and creating this new family, this unit. uh, you know, it took me seriously these 18 years to overcome the trauma of becoming a mom the way I did. That's why I hadn't gotten pregnant before. It was a very conscious decision.
Yeah.
So now I'm stepping into motherhood in a very different scenario, and so I'm very much looking forward to the whole process. And it feels challenging, but
Yeah.
I think mostly because of people's misconceptions, and that's why I haven't really shared with my plans with anyone, because most
Yeah.
people won't understand
Yeah.
and they will question. And sometimes when people question your decisions, they make you question yourself.
Yes, you doubt yourself, yeah.
And
Mhm.
so I don't want to. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna leave it at that. I'd rather wait until baby's born and be like, oh, guess what? Yeah, well, she's a wild baby. She was born in the wild.
That's
So
beautiful how you described all of it. Yeah, I totally get that. So beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, the whole process, I really, it's been quite fascinating to see this other facet of me
Mhm.
coming to the forefront and just taking over. I feel a lot more protective and a lot more ferocious, even with my own ideas about other things. It's been quite a process. So I'm
Yeah.
actually enjoying it a lot.
what do you mean by with other things? Like, what example do you have of how it's really, yeah, I get it. Like who you are being is different as well, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like I don't need anyone's approval anymore.
Yeah.
I feel that I would have stayed quiet just to keep peace and
Mhm.
not to make the wrong comment just because, oh, it's my uncle, so I won't tell him what I really feel because it's my uncle. And
Yeah.
now it's like, well, I don't care if he's my uncle. I mean, it's not right. He's telling me, he's trying to put me down, thinking that I don't know just because I'm younger than him, but I actually know a lot more of this particular topic than he will
Yes.
ever.
Exactly.
So I'm going
Oh.
to set the record straight, and I'm not afraid to be more protective of myself,
Mhm.
you know, let alone my baby. Like, don't even like, you know, it's very common here that people touch your belly, and so now I'm like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no belly touching things. Don't touch my belly. So, obviously not with everybody.
Yeah.
Some people are allowed to touch my belly.
Yeah.
But not strangers, no people, no random people,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, exactly.
a boundary. So
Yeah.
yeah, in that sense, I feel like it's almost like seeing myself grow up very, very fast,
Oh yeah.
because
Mhm.
it's been quite a fast process. It's been 20 weeks only, so it's what, 5 months is not that
True.
much,
That's true.
but I can see how much it has changed me, and developed into this new person. And
Oh
it's
wow, that's
it's
so cool.
it's like taking off a layer,
Yeah,
like yeah, peeling the onion in a way. It's like,
it's
yeah.
true. I feel like as a doula, my goal is to empower mothers to ultimately to have the self-confidence to trust themselves. And it sounds so simple, but it just transforms every aspect of their life and they're never the same again. And and it's true, like the birth is like a rite of passage to developing yourself. It's almost like, well, why do people choose to climb mountains or run marathons or put themselves in these challenging situations? It's really, nature has provided this natural challenge for like natural birth where it is a challenge. And but in doing that, in doing the process of empowering ourselves in pregnancy and birth and postpartum, we develop who we are as powerful women. and
Mm.
and then we have children that we are not, we can empower them. Like
Yeah,
they're already
definitely.
powerful beings coming in. They're like honoring that they are powerful beings. They're already conscious, aware souls coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I have much more of a spiritual and mystical aspect of that I have incorporated into my life. So I see it as this new soul arriving to this earth. And so how would I like it if I were to go to a distant land,
Yeah.
to be greeted, by candlelight dinner,
Right.
or by a bunch of strangers looking at me with really bright lights,
That's so
and
true. Yeah.
scary noises and funny smells. I'd be like, no.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
think
So
about it
it's like,
from the baby's perspective as a conscious being coming in.
yeah. So, I mean, I feel like this intergalactic traveler, is coming to this earth
Yeah.
through my baby. And so
Yeah.
through me, and I feel very honored and very empowered in that sense too. It's like, out of all the women, out of all the moms to be, this little being chose me. So I want to honor that that welcome into this world. I want to be a good channel. I want to be a good, messenger to deliver this baby. So
Yeah. I totally get that. So beautiful.
yeah.
And What has your husband's experience of this been like? What has his journey been like in the pregnancy and, choosing free birth?
Well, I think that um well, he also has an older son, and his son was also a C-section, and he experienced a lot of these disconnection from the mom. Like he saw how she couldn't breastfeed, how she had a lot of emotional difficulties attaching to their son as well. And
Yeah.
so when I explained it all, he was like, oh, of course, it makes lots of sense, it's obvious, like now when you say it like that, it's evident. How did nobody say it before?
Yeah.
He's very supportive, and he's my rock. So if he was a little bit hesitant, I wouldn't do it.
Mm.
But he also trusts me entirely, in the sense that, we just trust each other that much, that we know when we're doing the right move. The other person, if they approve, they not approve is not the word, but if they feel safe and contained within our decision, then we can move forward. um I talk to him all the time. Like, I read something new, I learn something new, and when we have lunch or dinner, it's like, today I learned this or I learned that. It's like, oh wow, fascinating. And then we have discussions. So obviously he hasn't taken the time